Welcome to Apps TV. I'm Carl Steppinover and with me today is Lisa, Willkissanyone, so welcome Lisa.
Thank you, Carl. It's a pleasure to be here. We will have a brief look at what an app is and where they may be going.
Wow, well that should be easy. App is short for Apple, right?
I don't think so, Carl. App is short for application, nothing to do with Apple.
Oh, okay, well maybe we should introduce our first guest. On the line we have Steve from malice.com. Thank you for joining us, Steve. Thank you, Carl and Lisa.
So, Steve, could you explain to the viewers a little about what apps are?
Yes, certainly. Apps is short for application. And despite what many people think, they didn't start with Apple, although they certainly picked up the ball and ran with it. Apps could be categorized into two distinct types: web apps and native apps. A web app is more like a shortcut to a website. This type of app was very popular with Apple before they moved more towards native apps. The upside of web apps is they can be downloaded from any website without the need to go through Apple. The downside is they cannot access much of the device's hardware, like GPS. Thank you, Steve. That has shed some light on apps, and with us now is another Steve. This time it's Steve from Fenestra.com. Welcome, Steve. Thank you. I would like to talk about where apps may be going.
So are we just talking about bigger and better phone apps?
No, not at all. I think many people may be surprised by just where apps can now be found.
Really? So are you saying that other devices can use the same apps that we have on our phones?
Well, not the same apps, as each app needs to be written to the requirements of each particular device. Some of the devices that are using apps are web-connected TVs and Blu-ray players, netbooks, and of course mobile phones and tablet-type devices. So what type of apps are available on these other devices? Some of the apps available on TVs and Blu-rays include simple games and streaming programs like sports and news. In America, even Netflix and Blockbuster movies. The user interface of Google's new Chrome operating system for netbooks is based on web apps. They're using web apps instead of native apps because the netbook doesn't have any permanent storage system and so downloads the apps from the cloud each time the user logs on. Wow, thank you, Steve. I'm sure the viewers have a better understanding of apps now. Thank you for joining me, Lisa.